Gentlemen, what is up? Welcome back to another video. Guys, Francis Ngannou versus Junior Dos Santos meet tonight in a heavyweight slugfest for a heavyweight title eliminator. Wow, this is another treat that the UFC has gifted us. We've got an MMA prospect, a UFC prospect in Francis Ngannou, who we've seen him fight for a belt, we've seen him lose, but he's starting to get back onto that role. And then we also have a Junior Dos Santos, who's a veteran, who's fought for the belt. He's done everything in this heavyweight division. He's been there before. Now, these two meet up to maybe get the winner of the DC Stipe matchup. We're not sure. And I'm super excited. I cannot wait. Like last week, I was excited for the Zombie versus Moicano fight. Well, this one, I'm even more excited because you got two sluggers that aren't afraid to get in the pocket and aren't afraid to trade. Oof. Oh my gosh, my heart cannot take it. I'm super excited, so let's just jump right in. So, number one, let's start off with Francis Ngannou. And let's go ahead and look at his record here and who he's fought because there's a few things that I want to point out that are very important in this. Number one, when you see Francis Ngannou and his wins, what do you see? They tend to be early and violent. First round, knockouts left and right. Ngannou has been on fire. But stop right there because if you look at his losses, they tend to be decisions that aren't very good for him because he tends to, in the Stipe fight, if you saw, he threw all his big shots in the first and then he gassed out. His wrestling wasn't up to par. So Stipe just kind of avoided the big shots the whole fight and took him down. He did, but he just kind of wore down Francis Ngannou throughout that whole fight, which Ngannou didn't have an answer for. Now, if you saw in the Derek Lewis fight, I didn't know that was one of the worst fights I've ever seen in my life. And Ngannou was just too afraid to trade with the guy with Derek Lewis. And in my opinion, it was because everybody hyped this fight up to be a slugfest. And maybe Ngannou, his head was like, well, I don't want to get knocked out in front of everybody. I just came off a huge loss against Stipe Miocic in my first title fight. Yeah, I'm not going to trade with Derek Lewis. I'm going to let him come to me. And Derek Lewis had the same mindset. So they ended up being one of the worst fights in UFC history. So, yeah, that's what I see. I see when Ngannou wins, it's early. It's early, first round knockout. When he loses, though, it's decision. It's him getting worn down. Now, if you look down at Junior Dos Santos, when you see him lose, it's early. He tends to get knocked out early. Stipe Miocic, if you remember, for that title fight. Alistair Overeem, we did in the Velasquez fight. He did get KO'd later, but it was still a KO. So you see that lately, whenever Junior has lost, it's because of an early mistake that caused him to get knocked out. But when he's winning, it's not in the first round. It's later. I mean, these two were in the second round, but Blagoy, that was a fifth round. Ben Rothwell was a decision. Stipe Miocic was a decision. Mark Hunt was a KO, a spinning hook kick, but it was a little bit later. It wasn't early. So we have two fighters that are completely separate. Completely separate. If you look at Ngannou's knocking everybody out in the first. That's how he's winning. If you look at Dos Santos now, Dos Santos is waiting on. He's getting to the third, fourth, fifth round. He's using that pressure. He's using his feints. He's breaking people down. Then he's finally knocking the person out or taking them to decision to win the fight. Now, you see how that plays against each other, right? Because Ngannou is a first-round knockout freak, while Junior does have a problem with figuring out his opponent in the first two rounds, which causes him to get knocked out. You see how that like contradicts with each other, right? So that's why I think, honestly, I'm going to give my prediction right now. I mean, I'm going to give my final prediction at the end, but this is just a quick little piece on how I'm making my prediction. If Ngannou doesn't knock out Junior Dos Santos in the first, he's not winning the fight, in my opinion. If he literally has 5 minutes to win this fight, and if not, Junior Dos Santos will cruise to a decision or a knockout later on in the fight. I don't see Ngannou winning past the first round. I'm just going to say that before I go into my breakdown. So, let me go into a quick breakdown on what these fighters have. So, if you look at Francis Ngannou, extreme power, good feints. He's very athletic. He's huge. It's all natural power. He has a very accurate left hand, and his right hand is also very accurate. Good uppercuts, good hooks. He's good in the clinch. He has a ground game that needs to be worked on, but besides that, his stand-up game is up to par. Not skillfully. He doesn't use like any crazy footwork or any angles, but it's mostly just athletic power and good feints. That's what Francis Ngannou is good at. Now, Junior Dos Santos, on the other hand, is good with pressure. He's good at feints. He's a good boxer. He has good stamina. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He has several awards in the grappling department. So Junior's good at everything. Like, we know Junior's good at everything. You know, he has a great right high kick. good feints, like I said. He doesn't get tired. He has good boxing, good head movement. So Junior is a very good fighter. His only problem is getting into a little bit too aggressive, charging in and getting knocked out, like we saw in the Stipe Miocic fight. We just see all these fights where it tends, like even in the Derek Lewis fight, it took him a little bit to kind of feel Derek Lewis, and Derek Lewis did tag him a couple of times until Lewis obviously got tired. That's when Dos Santos was able to take over, and that's where Dos Santos does have the advantage, is in the stamina department, because Francis Ngannou gets tired easily. Junior doesn't get tired easily. So at the end of the day, I think Junior Dos Santos has the advantage in general in most categories, but Ngannou does have that factor of that one punch knockout. So it's a very difficult fight to kind of call, because it is kind of like a 50-50, but I am going to stick with my gut here. And guys, this is my prediction. My prediction is that Francis Ngannou will come out tonight with another first round knockout. And your boy is calling another first round knockout. I think Ngannou gets it done in the first, guys. I don't know why. I think Junior just gets in a little bit too close. I think it's going to be quick, too. Like first 2 minutes, inside first 2 minutes. And Junior's going to be asleep. I just don't know why. Another gut feeling, guys. I'm putting money on this one. I'm putting money on Francis Ngannou. And I think Ngannou in the first round by knockout. I don't know why, guys. It's in my gut again. I have that gut feeling. I've been playing this in my mind over and over again. And every single time I see Ngannou hitting him with like a right uppercut, left hook, and Junior just falling to the canvas. I don't know why. That's just my prediction. Follow if you want. You don't have to. Literally all my opinion. Just tons of research. First round knockout for Francis Ngannou. Leave it at that. So guys, if you agree with me, go ahead and hit that like button. If you don't, go ahead and comment who you think is going to win this fight. And I'll see you guys later tonight on my post-fight analysis on who won, why they won, this and that. But I do see Ngannou hitting him with a right uppercut, left hook. A nice 2-punch combination, I think. It's going to be, I think one punch hurts him really bad and the other one drops him, knocks him out cold. So, Francis Ngannou by first round knockout, guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, guys. And I will see you guys in a few hours. Peace.